Turkish Airlines Euroleague. I feel devotion.
The Turkish Airlines Euroleague Top 16 is up and running. Marko Popovic told us why he has basketball in the blood. We visited Barcelona for a word with Chuck Edson. Just what makes CSKA Moscow tick? Top 16 Week 1's thrilling plays from the most outstanding players. Panathinaikos Athens flew to Milan, Italy to face EA7 Milano in their opening game of the Top 16. The Italian team made it to the second phase on the back of victory in the do-or-die game against Partizan in the very last week of the regular season. While Pana finished second in Group B with a 7-3 record. Coach Obradovic was able to count on a full roster, having Perperoglu and Tsatsaris back from injury.
Two very important players for us. I'm very happy, first of all, because Strato, it was about 6 months, and now he started to play and he helped the team. He's a very important player for us, same like Costa Tsatsaris. Costa, it was something like 1 month out. They need the time, and with them we are a really different team.
Malik Hairston was sidelined for Milano. It was time for pre-game plans, and Coach Scariolo knew the hosts were going to face one of the best teams in the whole tournament.
I think it's even unuseful to talk too much about their strength. I mean, everybody knows them and everybody respects them for what they did and for what they are still doing, what they will. Everybody believe that they will be able to do. So they are, of course, a very strong team, and whoever play them, got to play at this top level to compete against them.
The Greens took the lead immediately with a triple by Diamantidis, then increased the margin thanks to Mike Batiste's 8 early points. The home team tried to stay in the game with Gentile, but Romain Sato answered for the visitors with 5 points in a row to boost his team's advantage to 20 points at half-time. The lead kept on growing during the third period as Smith and Perperoglu made their contribution. Gentile emerged again as Milano's leading marksman with a one-handed dunk. The final period began with 4 points from Sarunas Yazikevicius, and the outcome was by now a foregone conclusion. The Greek champions controlled their lead to the end when Nikolathis got the bucket to set the final score at the buzzer, 57-78. The powerhouse teams have personality, strength, confidence, and tons of talent. The powerhouse teams are focused, organised, well-coached, and hungry for victory. CSKA Moscow is the stereotype of the powerhouse team. In the first game of 2012 Turkish Airlines Euroleague Top 16, CSKA Moscow continued to stay perfect by winning 86-78 on the road in Piraeus versus Olympiacos. Another display of power by Kauzlauskas' team. Brilliant, reactive, fast on the break, strong in the paint, and very, very strong in defense in the game's key moments. Olympiacos put in a solid team effort throughout the 4 quarters, but just weren't able to come back in the fourth due to the Russians' tough defense. A passionate basketball showdown at Sinan Erdem Arena with the Istanbul derby between Anadolu Efes and GS Medical Park. The hosts showed to be in good form, taking an early lead in the first half. 29 points in the first quarter for Efes, with a great offensive effort by Duško Savanovic, Stanko Barac and Terence Kinsey. In the third quarter, GS Medical Park recovered from the deficit to reach within 2 on 48-50. With a layup from Jamon Lucas. But in the fourth, Sarija's men controlled the comeback attempts of Mamuti's team with a great defensive effort, in the end winning the game 68-62. The hunt for the Turkish Airlines Euroleague playoffs has just started. CSKA and Anadolu Efes have begun in the right way. For Marko Popovic, basketball is a family affair, The Žalgiris guard is the third generation from his hometown of Zadar, Croatia, to take up the sport.
Everything started with my grandmother. She used to play basketball for Zadar. One of the first team ever playing basketball in Zadar, and it is definitely in our blood.
At the age of 29, Marko is in his 13th pro season, but he's still a long way to go to catch his father, Petar Popovic, who played 20 pro seasons.
Definitely the biggest influence in my career was my dad. That's why I started to play basketball, and he was always the right person to give me an advice. Since I'm known for myself, I walked in a gym with my mom watching my dad.
If that's not enough, Popovic's cousins, Arijan Komazec and Alen Gregorov, were part of Croatia's historic silver medal team at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics.
When they played at the Olympics, I was just waiting for a t-shirt to be brought by them for me, so I was looking forward, and I supported them with all of my heart.
Needless to say, whenever the Popovics are together, basketball is the main subject of conversation.
Well, it is definitely crazy. We have 4 rooms. In every single room we have a TV, and when a Euro Cup or Euroleague games are on, or even any other national league, we are watching it, and you can find only basketball on our TVs.
In 2011, Popovic won the Euro Cup with Unix Kazan, and he didn't celebrate alone.
My father and my brother came to see me, and it was great support from them,
Under the critical gaze, he picked up the finals MVP award, presented by Sasha Djordjevic. This year, Žalgiris Kaunas' faith in him has paid dividends, as Marko has improved match after match, just as the entire team has, to make it to the top 16. Marko Popovic doesn't expect his family's basketball devotion to change anytime soon.
Hopefully we're gonna continue playing basketball in our families too.
What's the trick to winning top 16 openers? The choice in Group F was between impressive runs and keeping it late. In the first game of Group F, Montepaschi Siena had to face the Basque Spirit of Bilbao, far from overawed in its first ever game in the top 16. However, Pjanigiani's team grabbed victory thanks to a 21-2 break between the second and the third quarter. If the first match was impressive, the second, Unicaja Real Madrid, was the most thrilling game of the first top 16 week. First of all, what a performance from Luka Zoric. The Croatian centre pushed Unicaja with 32 points, shooting 13 on 20 from the field, and netted the 80-79 with 9 seconds left in regulation. But in the top 16, a few seconds are enough to snatch victory, as Nikola Mirotic showed. An exciting start to Group F, and we have another 5 derbies to look forward to. CSKA, 11 wins in a row. Here, 11 reasons how and why they've been able to pull off such an impressive feat. 1. The fast break. How to run in a few seconds, and just one dribble for the best shot and possible offense rebound. 2. Moving without the ball. Look at the fake of Kirilenko toward the ball when Kriapa is starting the pass. 3. Fast passing. Teodosic is double-teamed. Lavrinovic helps them. Kirilenko and Kriapa again understood everything before it happened. 4. The inside position, the outside reading. After the screen, Kaun knows what can happen if the ball is in Kriapa's hands. Different from Kirilenko, but the same idea. 5. Always acting before the defense. Kriapa once again. After the pick, he moves, taking a look at Kirstic, so the pass can start before the defense reacts. 6. Spacing during the penetration. Tsiskauskas drives. In the meantime, Kriapa takes the middle corner, leaving the space and ready to catch the pass. 7. Never forcing or hurrying a shot. How many players would take a shot here? Not Kirilenko. Always better to get a foul. 8. Ready to run. The double team. The block. The fast break. It seems even too easy. 9. Fighting for every loose ball. The perfect weak side cut of Kirilenko. The position of Kirstic. The fight for 2 more points. 10. Looking for fouls in the final minutes. Everybody wants to go inside. The perfect triangle, Teodosic, Kriapa, Kirstic reaches the purpose. 11. The pure talent. When Teodosic has the ball, be sure, if you're in a good position, it will arrive in your hands. Kirstic knows this very well. 11 seems a lot, but it only just about explains the Russian achievement. The first week of Top 16 Group G saw a large road win by Panathinaikos at Milan, our game of the week. And a great comeback of Unix over Fenerbahce. At Kazan, Fenerbahce dominated the first half, starting with Omer Onan. Then a great performance by Bojan Bogdanovic. 11 points in a row and 24 points at the end allowed his team to go to the locker room up by 17. After the break, Unix notably upped its efficiency with Terol Laidi and Petros Samoilenko. Not only points but also 10 assists, able to end the third period down by only 3. In the last period though, it was Henry Domarkant who decided the game, scoring 11 points almost in a row, almost emulating Bogdanovic to take the score from 55-56 to 68-62. All these 3 players ended with 16 points, one less than Vladimir Veremenko, the real pivot of the team, with his 11 rebounds, 65 points from 4 players, the fabulous 4. The name Antonis Fotsis is synonymous for victory. The Greek forward's success story has been played out over many different countries.
I changed many teams, and with every team I had very nice moments, and I made very good friends.
In the meantime, Antonis won a Spanish title with Real Madrid, the ULEB Cup with Dinamo Moscow, 8 Greek championships and 3 Euroleague titles with Panathinaikos. And in 2009 with Pana, he won all there was to win.
It was a very good year for us. We won the Final Four, we won the Euroleague, and we are very happy we achieved this goal.
Last year he returned to the top of Europe.
We had to play before the Final Four against Barcelona to qualify for the Final Four. We had some very good games, and I think this gave us strength to go to the Final Four and play even better.
Fotsis joined AA7 Milano in the summer. The team struggled in the beginning, but the road to improvement is known to everybody in the game.
If you don't play good in practice, you will not play good in the games also. So, training is very important to help you be ready for important games and to play good in the games.
Antonis and AA7 reached their first goal by winning the last game of the regular season in Belgrade in what was a do-or-die game. After achieving the important first step, that of reaching the top 16, Fotsis is focused on another winning season.
And this is what I want to do. For sure I want to do a good job and help my team achieve some goals and win some things.
Driven on by Fotsis, EA7 Armani Milano aim to keep a low profile and emerge as the dark horse of this Euroleague. It was a special night at Palau Blaugrana, not only because two of the most important teams in European basketball history met there. Bennett Cantu came to Barcelona with Gianluca Basile, who left the Blaugrana last summer after 6 seasons and 327 games played. No other import player has done better in Barcelona history, and that's why the club honoured him with a special jersey. Basil forever, signed by all the players. Basile and Marconato, the other former Barcelona player in the Cantu roster, gave a 7-point lead to the guests on 4-11, and Bennett showed its full potential, being competitive all game long. Marquishvili, however, gave the final lead for the guests on 50-51. Then Chuck Edson started a 9-0 run with 5 points in a row and finished the job with a dunk in the last minute as Barcelona won 65-60. Damon Mallet played the last regular season game against Maccabi Electra with Charleroi. Now he celebrated his debut with the Israeli powerhouse as his new team's leading scorer in Kaunas. Things become more straightforward when the big men step up. Milovan Rakovic marked his season-high performance with 15 points in only 13 minutes on the floor. But Richard Hendricks was there to answer. 2 blocks in the final minutes, including one against Rakovic when Maccabi led 73-70 to ensure the victory for his team. Maccabi ran out 84-76 victors. The top 16 is no place for the faint-hearted. Being able to rely on experience is one of the most useful attributes in the second phase of the Euroleague season. In his 5th Euroleague, Barcelona guard Chuck Edson has already reached 3 top 16s. Last year with Maccabi, he went all the way to the final.
Definitely, first and foremost, you have to have chemistry. You can have the best players in the world, and if they don't come together and understand what needs to be done, you're not going to win. And then you get to a point later on where it's the mental toughness of what this tournament is. Once you get to the top 16, then to the playoff round, it's difficult. And I think it's important to keep your head about you.
There is no let-up in the battle to reach the top 16. 3 months when maximum attention is required.
But you also have breaks every now and then in Euroleague where you can kind of clear your head and say, wow, that was intense, but it's over with.
The intensity is about to recommence. Next week, Chuck comes face to face with his recent past. Victory in Tel Aviv would boost the Spanish champions' chances of making the playoffs enormously. In fact, Barcelona is regarded as one of the favourites for the title. What is the reason behind their success?
Team is very deep. We're 2-3 deep at every position, so it's definitely important to have that.
The points gap at the end of every match could be key to advancing, an idea which Edson took some getting used to.
I remember the first couple times we did it and we were winning big, and you just kind of relax a little bit, and then you see your coach just going crazy, because he's telling you, it's the points, it's not the game. So, yeah, I think first couple times you're in it, you don't quite understand it as much, but, as you get older, of course, it's the way it is.
And Chuck will follow the coach's reaction as he aims for his first Euroleague crown.
With his team facing a huge deficit and the prospect of a home defeat,
forward Vladimir Veremienko put Unics Kazan on his back until they both had their first ever top 16 victory, and he the Bwin MVP honor as the top Turkish Airlines Euroleague performer to start the new round. He finished with 21 points on 6 for 7 two-point shooting with 11 rebounds and 2 blocks to amass a performance index rating of 32, the best among players on winning teams in the opening week of the top 16.
And now the top 16 week 1 podium. Bronze medal, Henry Domerkant. From 55-56 to 68-62. Except this basket by Samoilenko, all the remaining points for Unics came from Henry Domerkant. The first triple to go in front, 2 other triples to push out to 61-58 and 64-60, ending with a jumper for a 6-point advantage, 68-62. Silver medal, the Balkan Spanish crew. 4 solid, magnificent players, all born in the Balkan Peninsula, wrote the history of the first Spanish derby of Group F. Rue Peric from Dubrovnik, Croatia, 8 points. Lit up the crowd with his unbelievable dunk. Ante Tomic, same hometown, 12 points, is by now a master of the paint. Luka Zoric from Zadar, Croatia, played probably his best but unluckiest game of his career. 32 points, including the possible winning tap dunk. Nikola Mirotic, Spanish but born in Montenegro, 12 points, created the winning basket, turning a possible sob story into a golden win. Gold medal, Richard Hendricks. It's really uncommon to be decisive in a game both on offense and defense. It's rare to do it in the very last seconds. It's absolutely outstanding to be the man of the game coming off the bench. Has there ever been a more deserved gold medal?
Number 3, Piraeus, Greece. Genius at work. Milos Theodosic sends an incredible behind-the-back assist through the Olympiacos defense to Nenad Karstic, who finishes the play down low. Number 2, Barcelona, Spain. Chuck Aitson of FC Barcelona Regal drives to the hole and jams it home in traffic to seal the outcome in style. And the number 1 play of the week, Malaga, Spain. Final seconds of the game and Unicaja up by 1. Sergio Rodriguez of Real Madrid connects with Nikola Mirotic, who drives and drops in the game-winning shot with 0.5 seconds remaining. Unbelievable!
Only once without them. In the last decade, only one Final Four has been played without Maccabi or Barcelona. In 2007. One at least has always been in the best 4. We are talking about 2 of the most glorious teams of basketball history, and not only of the last years. Maccabi Barcelona is always a special game. 2 Euroleague semi-finals in the past, most recently 1 hot quarter-final series. In 2008, won 2-1 by Maccabi with a great performance by Willie Bynum, and especially in Game 3 by David Blue. He's one of the survivors of that series. The duel between Blue and Chuck Edson will be crucial, with Edson back in Tel Aviv for the first time against the team he brought to the last Euroleague final. Coach David Blatt will pay particular attention to the offensive skill of Erzem Lorbek, his former player with Benetton Treviso. Lorbek has been maybe the best power forward of the regular season. Don't miss the battle between him and Lior Eliyahu, a small, interesting show on Big Thursday at the Nokia Arena. There's also the Wednesday show, CSKA Anadolu Efes, another game not to be missed. Anadolu Efes, after a regular season full of ups and downs, has to test its ambitions against the powerful Moscow team. And actually in Europe there's no better test for a team that wants to bring Turkey to their Euroleague Final Four for the first time than CSKA. For Kerim Tunçeri and Sasha Vujacic, for example, there's no better test than Milos Teodosic. But take a look also under the boards. Nenad Krstic against Stanko Barac. This duel will satisfy the most demanding fans and maybe could decide the game. A game not to be missed at any cost.
Turkish Airlines, Euroleague.
I feel devotion.